Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Wednesday, January 28th, 2026. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. Trade your charts, not mine. All right. We'll set that aside because we do have a crude oil inventory report session today. Right. That is a break-even stop out with Michael Russell. Too early to trade. Crude has gone one and done this morning. The long was too early. This short, lots of time to get in it. Bounces up, comes down. Target 1 and target 2, and trails down almost to target 2. And target 1 and 2 is all we are interested in. 19 and 29, 48 ticks this morning. Nice start to the day. Unleaded also taking advantage of that short, picking up 18 for target 1 traders, 29 for target 2 traders. It's not a big trade. And it gets 9049 to 463 ticks on the trailer, so not a lot to add to it. 21 and 32, so small trade today, but that would be a one and done for unleaded. We will bring the micro Russell, or not micro NQ, up here to keep an eye on. Market opening in less than a minute. YM gone too far. Pound Aussie is in sync and with this long trade. Pound Aussie's long. This soybeans trade that you see trailing now is the trade that we were looking at yesterday morning, right before I closed the room. 10:34.29 setup. Went through the session close and reopen. Hit target 1 about 8:30 last night. Target 2 about 9 o'clock last night. And let's see, where was target 3? We hit that. And about 9:15, so it moved really well yesterday evening, but it's still trailing this morning. Market is open now. We'll wait 4 minutes for micro NQ. We're looking for trades on the micro Russell and the YM. YM stopped out. YM sets a new session high. Micro Russell does the same. FOMC this afternoon, so wouldn't be surprising to see kind of a muted session, but you never know. Long trade on the micro NQ. We're not to our start time yet. 4 minutes after the market open. So at this point, that's a get in sync once we hit our start time. Big wick on that one too, so that's going to be a target 1 will be, no, target 1's not quite big enough, so we will go to target 2. I look for minimum of 30 points to move it down, for target 1 to move that target down. Russell and YM off to the races. Soybeans pushing the session high. Fruit and unleaded are done, both one and done sessions. Pound Aussie is long. Soybeans is in yesterday's long trade. That's the first time I have seen it do that. That trade has been running for 11 hours. Or no, I'm sorry, 23 hours. 10:30 yesterday to 9:30 today. And actually, exchange time, it's an hour earlier. Short trade. Oh, okay. The YM does a quick back and forth here. 8 seconds to back there, so that's a no trade. So we get a 2 flat 5 second. Nope, that one's too fast. 32.23. 7. Yeah, that one we should be in because it pulled back right around 8 to 10 seconds. So that should be a valid short and a one and done session on the YM. Or it will be a one and done session when that trade completes. We already have target in hand. And now we just have the trailing position to deal with. Trailer looks like it's at 212. Now 206. All right. Micro NQ hits target 1 for money management, so that trade is off the table if we're getting sync. There is a short trade, still a little early on the micro Russ NQ. And we got another 30 seconds yet. YM down to 191, it looks like, was where it stopped out. Let's see for sure here. Yeah, 191. So the YM is done. One and done session. Pound Aussie back at the entry. Okay, that bar closes at 2 seconds after. 6 seconds, 9 seconds. No, that one's too fast. Would not have been able to execute. So that is a no trade on the micro NQ. Nothing on micro Russell. Soybeans off to the races here. Yesterday's trade hitting all three targets and big trailer. Trade running for over 23 hours now. And Micro Russell picks up a long trade. Well, 2, 3, and we get another chance at the entry, so we are in this trade. Need to go up a tick from there. It touched it, but we need one more tick. 91.1 is going to be our money management 14 tick minimum. And so that takes a full loss, and now we transition to a short. One more tick. Target one is 13 ticks, so it'll be 85.4. Money management, so that's a break even. Loss on a break even. Looking for target 3. And we finally did stop out, and there's a short and then a long. The short, I would expect 16. Oh, yeah. Same second reversal. Yeah, same second all the way to that one. 4 seconds. That's probably too fast yet. That's a get in sync trade at this point. Long trade on today's session. Possibly. Yesterday's trade running for 23 hours and a little bit. Oh, that's, yeah. It's going to be close to that. Those are close. They're not exact because it was the same second. Several bars on the same second, so I can't grab hold of the setup. Long trade on the micro NQ. This is our first actionable trade of the morning. Lots of time to get in this trade. Micro Russell targets 3 and 4, just stopping out on the trailer. New short trade, or long trade rather. Waiting for a trigger there. Yep. 13 ticks there, so probably 87.1 looks like. Yep, 87.1. Micro NQ with a, ooh, we are in the soybeans long. Quick dip down close to the stop, but it's still in play. Micro NQ hits money management. That comes to break even. Money management on the Micro Russell coming to break even there. Micro Russell trying to make this a second win. There's target 3. So we have a loss and a win. Break even at least on our first trade on the Micro NQ. It's like 85 3/4 is our money management target. 2 on Micro NQ. We are trailing and coming close to target 3 now. In fact, we just hit it, I believe. Yes. We hit target 3. Just as it moves. So we'll now look for target 4. We get target 3 and a couple of ticks on the trailer on the Micro NQ or Micro Russell. Looking at both charts and calling out the wrong one. So there we are on the Micro NQ. YM crude and unleaded all one and done. Pound Aussie is long, soybeans is long. Short trade. I didn't see if there was time to get into that or not. And now we're in the short. A tick. 14 tick minimum for money management, so we'll go to 63.4. All right, just missing target 4 on the Micro NQ. Stopping out on the trailer, we have a new short setup. Did not trigger, has not triggered, but is still valid. And it's another same second, so I can't, won't let me pick up the target properly. That I can do that way. New long that did trigger. Micro Russell short goes for a full loss. Micro NQ in the long trade. Soybeans long, unleaded is long, Pound Aussie is long, all along the bottom, right to left. Micro Russell is flat in the top left corner. And the rest of our charts are done until the crude inventory session this morning on crude at 10:30. Yeah, that trade was too fast, so we have one winning trade so far on And now we take a full loss on that trade. Now we go to a short. Okay, micro Russell or micro NQ picking up target 2 win. So if we can get to target 3 here. Not yet. Stop is at break even. We have a short trade on the micro Russell. That's going very close to money management. In fact, I think it got there. Yep, it went to 1 tick below, so that's going to be 81.9 it looks like. That's going to be a break even. And if we hit, yep, that's going to be a break even trade. Intra-bar move of the stop. That's a break-even trade. So 1 loss, 1 win, 2 wins, 2 losses, break even on 5s. And 1 more trade on the micro Russell. 2 wins and a loss on the micro NQ. Just stopped out of trade number 3 on the trailer. Soybeans and pound Aussie kind of stagnant at the moment. Long setup and entry into a long trade on the micro NQ. Right at the 50 EMA, so we'll have to see if that ends up being a useful trade. Or it looks like it's going to be a possibly successful trade. Didn't quite make money management. Back down to the entry. So could go either way at this point. Testing the 50 EMA again, 50 and 200 right there together. YM pushing down. Micro Russell looks like it wants to push down. Micro NQ fighting it. Short trade, final trade on Micro Russell is short. We did rank money management on the micro NQ. Soybeans back to its entry. Target 2, that's win number 3 on the micro NQ. Three wins on 4 trades. Yep, need to come down one there. 79.9 for money management on the micro Russell. And there it is. So the final trade is going to be at least a break even. 2 wins, 2 losses, 1 break even in hand. This trade is going to be at least a break even. Looking for target 2. Mount Aussie looking like it's bouncing a little bit off of the moving averages there, the 20 and the 50. Soybeans testing its trend indicator, which is the 20 SMA. Micro NQ bouncing off of its 50 EMA. Trend indicator is filtering out that short trade on soybeans chart. Notice that it is blue, which means it's rising. It's very close to neutral, so if we go push down a little bit, this trade will become valid. Target 3 on micro Russell. Looks like maybe target 4 as well. Yeah, target 4. So that was win number 3. Is win number 3. We still have the trailing position in play. Final trade on micro Russell. We're in the fourth trade on the micro NQ. One more win or two more trades, whichever occurs first on the micro NQ. This trade is already counted as a win. Good morning, Richard. Micro Russell turning into a nice trade. Targets 3 and 4 and trailing. 79 and 3. Micro NQ stops out, actually transitions to short with a partial on the final positions. Trade number 5. Micro Russell pushing down hard. Micro NQ also coming down. And YM looks like it's starting down as well. YM's seems to be bouncing up off of its session open. Micro Russell setting session lows. Where is the micro NQ relative to its sessions? Looks like it's right around its session open as well. No, don't see where the session open is. 26,107 and a quarter. Okay, it's well down below where we are. Okay, session open is also the session low. We are at 10 o'clock. Right. All right, we end up with a break-even trade on the micro NQ for trade number 5. One trade remaining. Win, lose, or draw. Micro Russell trade stops out. We can stick around here for another about 11 minutes or so, and then I'll close this stream down and open up a new stream for the crude inventory report. Found Aussie still not going far, and nor is soybeans. Good morning, John. No, these are all just in SIM. I wouldn't even think about trying to trade all of these charts at once. Way too much to keep track of. All right, so no changes. Pound Aussie getting close to its money management. Somebody just lit a fire under gold. Looking at that on another screen. All right, soybeans sets up the short trade, which cancels. How fast did that happen? Okay, all those bars with same second. So I would say we stay in the long trade, even though it's actually, yeah, it's still tracking. One trade remaining on the micro NQ. We have we're in a long on the pound Aussie and a long on soybeans. Everything else is done, and we'll head out of this session in about 5+ minutes, right around 10:15. I'll shut this stream down and open up the stream for crude oil inventory report at about 10:25. The rest of the market seems to be reacting now. Oh, we're just not much happening on micro NQ. A little downward push in crude. Final trade for micro NQ is a short. Three wins, two break even, or a loss and a break even. All right. Yeah, that was a loss. Yep. 3 wins, a loss, and a break even. Now in a short. Right. Pound Aussie hits money management and target one. Trailer comes up to 96.97. And our next goal is target 2. And we stop out at 96.97, but that is 20 pips to target 1. The entry was 96.86, so 11 pips on the trailer times 4 positions is 44 pips. So 64 pips on the session. Trade number 6 for Micro NQ just missed target 2. Goes back for a second break even and a winning session with three wins. Pound Aussie is a one and done, 64 pip session. So our only remaining chart is soybeans, and it's time for me to close this one down. I will be back in roughly 10 minutes with the crude oil inventory report stream. So everybody have a good one, and I will see you back again in a few minutes.